Again, my name's James Patterson. It's been a long time since I've seen everyone. My speech is something that I picked up on 3 or 4 months ago, and it's something that really hit me hard because it's something that I had known about for a long time and thought about, but I didn't have any evidence of. So what I want to talk about is hopefully everyone here has either participated or contributed to a food drive for a kitchen or a shelter or a pantry. They're an amazing way for the community to come together and show willingness to help less fortunate, to those in need and those who don't have enough food for their tables, as well as get food to shelters and pantries across the nation that need it badly. And as a Boy Scout, I participated in food drives. We went around door to door asking for food. I've helped with the community drive as an adult, and then I've done research on my speech that you all have to suffer through now. And what I want to tell you is that by giving food drives cans instead of cash, you're making things harder for them, and they would much rather have the money. So first, we're going to talk about overhead. I'm assuming most everyone knows what overhead is about. But those food drives that you give for your canned goods to, they have to pay people to ship, store, and then serve and prepare that food. And your cans can't pay them, so they have to get money elsewhere. The next thing is the amount of money that you spend on food that you give to them in cans is the amount that you give them is insignificant to what they can do with the money if you just handed them a check. And then lastly, the food you give that usually most of the time gets thrown away for multiple reasons. The homeless or less fortunate eat varying food groups, and normally the food we give them is non-perishable, and that's very limited in what they can eat, and they need numerous amounts of food and different types to be healthy, which canned goods have a really hard time meeting. And by the end of my time here today, I'm hoping that the next time you participate in a food drive, that instead of giving half of your canned goods to them, instead you'll cut them a check. I'm going to open up my rant with an advertisement for one of my favorite shows. It's called Adam Ruins Everything. I'm an insufferable know-it-all, so I love this show to death. I nabbed one of my sources from their TV show because it's a professional source. It was about an interview with their guest speaker, Genevieve Retort, who works for a national organization that helps with food pantry distribution. So I talked about overhead earlier. Everyone knows it's the costs that go into maintaining buildings and employees and staff. The first issue with giving cans is that, like any other good on this earth, they've got logistics involved. We have to house, transport, and maintain the food that you've given them. And at large-scale operations, that means you have to have a storage facility or warehouse, and that means paying rent, taxes, utilities, and then employees. And all those cost money, but what happens with that? So you have to give people some sort of thing. You have to pay them, and they can't pay people who can't do it, unfortunately. And these things cost money. It's expensive to get 6 tons of food shipped across just a state, let alone halfway across the nation. So money's better first. They can use it to pay for any of the things that I just talked about. If you give a can, you can only feed someone with it. And while that's great, it's not the maximum usability it gets. Money can help pay their bills, their workers, get advertising, or put in outreach in communities. And you can make a lot more difference if you give money, because that's what the organization needs. It's universal. It lets them help people that they can help better. So I'm going to pick on Professor Sasso right now.
Ooh.
So how much do you spend grocery shopping?
How much do I spend, Maggie?
Oh wait, each trip?
Yes.
Like $100.
Do you know how often she goes?
Like once a week.
Once a week. And I'm not sure if you know, but how many meals do you usually get out of the $100 you spend?
Not enough, but I could get 4 or 5 probably.
4 or 5 meals out of every $100?
Don't you think so?
No way.
2.
So you could eat like 2 meals out of
2. I guess 2 to 3 full meals. Yes.
Okay.
What's the answer you're looking for?
I was looking to see, I was going to do some simple math to see how much money you spend per meal on food. I was on a wonderful website called homelessvoice.org, as well as slate.com. And since I know Homeless Voice would have this website, or they're going to have a money donation page somewhere, and that's a huge hint, guys. If you go onto a homeless or a charity outreach thing and they have this tab at the top denoting you can give them money, that's what they're looking for. That's the thing they want the most.
Mhm.
Anyone would guess how many, I'm gonna use $50 because that's the number I grabbed. Anyone would guess how much $50 could get homelessvoice.org in meals?
Hmm.
Anyone wanna take a stab?
I'm guessing 10, because I'm guessing it's gonna be way more than usual.
Nice. Mhm.
So if you give them $50, they tell you that they can serve 550 meals to homeless people.
Wow.
So if you donate 100 cans of food to a drop, and let's assume that it was at 50 cents a can, so $50 worth of food, they may only feed 50 people just one meal, and that's assuming all that stuff can be used, or they can somehow organize it. You've roughly sent the same amount of money to the national organization that can use to feed 100 people for 2 whole days. The reason why they can do this is because they have contacts within the industry. They know people, they have wholesalers, they get stuff as it's going bad. And as long as they use it immediately, they can score the stuff for really cheap. Another one that I got from Slate.com, they did an interview with Catherine Musquetta, who works with the Center of Philanthropy Impact. And they calculated that for the food they get, they can get 10 cents to the pound, whereas the average consumer gets $2 to the pound. So if you're looking to maximize the amount of good you can do in an organization or homeless people, giving to this organization or giving to an organization like this would let them push your money farther. Brandon would have been here to answer this question, and I would have picked on him next because he's an exercise science major like me. Unfortunately, I have to answer myself. Something that's typical of almost canned food is it's very high in cholesterol, and it's very high in sodium, and it's very high in preservatives, and all those are very bad for you. Does anybody go out and give canned food literally just bought to homeless shelters either? You ever done a food drive? You usually take the stuff that's about to go bad, or it's been on there so long it could be the Cretaceous era. And when you buy even for yourself, are you buying healthy, premium canned food? If we're buying canned food, usually it's like vegetables and stuff from those that's super premium.
Right.
Probably not. Do you think that homeless people subsist off canned beans and ramen? So, though giving and canned food drives are awesome for community who care about the people within it, it's not that good for them. And a lot of the time, most of the cans you give them are thrown away. They can't keep them, and they're expensive to store and transport, and some of them are damaged or expired, they're just not good for you. And homeless people aren't any different from you or I. They need pasta, they need veggies, they need fresh meat. And we can't provide this because of the logistics involved. And on top of that, it's really expensive for us to buy, like chicken breast for someone. So organizations have a staff working with them to plan and construct these meals for these people so they can keep them within a healthy diet. So we don't know what they need for their pantries, just like they don't know what we need for our fridges at home. So the sticking point here again is with cash, this lets them have the freedom that they need to provide to the people. So by giving money, you're actually making things healthier for them as well than if you were to give canned food. So cut them a check instead of giving them canned soup. So here we are, giving halfway to expired, or even worse expired, high sodium and cholesterol food to organizations that pay people to sort it, throw it away, and throw it. Yeah, the part of which we're giving the food is symbolic, and it's very nice for the outreach. It makes us feel good. It doesn't go as far as we could if we just gave someone cash. And it doesn't have to be crazy either. You don't have to give someone like an organization like $100 to make you feel like I mentioned earlier, if everyone, say we had 500 people give $10 twice a year, you could feed 100 people 3 square meals a day for the entire year. So if you give someone if you give them $20, it's like 240 meals. And the maximizing for health and freedom to give people the foods they need versus what you have is one of the big things about cash. And even in the donation industry, the charity industry, cash is king. When it comes to food drives, I hope the next time that you do so, if you participate, instead of giving them a ton of your canned food, you will instead put in a check.
Nice.